Okay, hi, hello to anyone that happens to be here. Definitely not that late, definitely not. Definitely didn't just pick the fuck up. I need some music. It's not music. There's. Okay, music's still going. The thing in the demo, if I remember correctly, I think the music stopped if you stayed in the menu long enough. I think. It's been a while. And I vaguely got my memory. Vaguely got my memory back of what the fuck was going on in this game. With me just speedrunning the beginning to, I think, where we left off. I could be wrong. I may have skipped a bit, just a little bit. Under the assumption, I think, that was stuff we went through. I could think right now. Okay, so I don't, wait, actually, I think I need to put myself over here. Because when I was going after everything, everyone's model was on the left side, so don't want to be in the way of that. These are expression. I am live now, right? We're good. Yeah, we're good. We good. Okay. 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 So, have no clue how many fucking people are gonna be so interested in watching this shit again. So, if anything, I think I'm gonna stream for about an hour or an hour and a half. Maybe two, if I get too into what the fuck is going on. So, yeah. See how that goes. I think that's any popular in any fucking way. Yeah, probably increase stream time. For now, because YouTube's retention time of fucking viewers. Yeah, it's probably an hour and a half stream. Anyways, I think everything for except for inner monologue, I think, or just head talking, a voice. So I could just sit here for most of this now, because that was mostly me just waiting on that update. Look about to start sweating and shaking. Sweating, shaking. Fuck, I can read too. Oh, that's great. My heart was beating hard in my chest, sound echoing throughout my head. What's that up at the speed of light jumping to his feet?
What is it?
Took a moment to calm my breath, waiting for its return to normal.
No, nothing. I just had a weird dream. I keep having the same one.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were dying or we were being attacked or something. But what happened in your dreams to scare you so much?
Part was scary. Back over it carefully. Hearing a voice, darkness all around me. Not exactly sure if it was scary to begin with. Every time they seem to get more powerful.
I don't really know. There's voices. Loud, powerful, booming voices. They keep telling me something. To open my eyes about destiny.
Fawn stopped for a minute, like he does occasionally when he's thinking about what to say.
Maybe it means something?
Yeah, no shit it means something, Fawn. No shit, if someone's telling me about destiny, no shit's about something.
It could be some kind of vision.
Vision? Things like that don't exist, though.
Really? I've heard there are some people with strange abilities. So, I don't see how having visions is much different.
But we've always been taught that... Just forget it. I'm sure they don't mean anything.
I'm sorry. You might be right. I was just thinking out loud.
You know, you don't need to apologize so much. Especially not for talking. You didn't do anything wrong.
You're right. I'm sorry. I mean... Okay.
Not quickly busied himself, moving around the room and preparing food. I looked outside the sun. I looked outside. The sun was just starting to show in the distance, so it was still early. Night mist spread out throughout the trees. Ate more scavenged food and watched the sun as it rose up above us. Something about all of this seemed too normal. Like I had already spent a lifetime here. Events of a few nights ago seemed so distant. What exists is now.
Rain, I was thinking. I know we've only just met. Would you like to live with me?
Seriously? You'd let me do that?
Well, I've just been here alone for a long time. I think if you left now, it would start to get a little lonely.
Hopefully I'm not like re-going through anything I've been through before. Even if it's a little bit, but hopefully it's not.
I can teach you how to live here. Where to go, where not to go. I'm sorry if that's too forward. We've only just met after all. What am I thinking? Sorry.
Well, it's not like I have anywhere else to go. Like you said, he hasn't seen anyone else out here. Might as well stick together if he's offering. Like, what other option would to wander around alone? I don't even want to repeat my first night out here, alone, cold, scared. Plus, he has the kind of face that makes me want to look after him. Watching him babble like that is kind of endearing.
I would be very happy to stay here with you, if you'll have me.
Really? I was sure you'd say no.
His face brightened up instantly, a smile crossing his lips. He really does want me to stay.
Then how about I show you around a bit today? Only if you want to.
I'm really going to live here. I'll have to learn my way around. Can't just trail after Fawn forever. Doing me enough of a favor by letting me stay.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'd like...
Fucking lazy clicked. Ate the last of the red berries whilst I got dressed. Sweet taste lingering on my tongue for a while afterwards. Okay, I think it's definitely all new stuff, I think. Really don't remember when exactly the demo ended. I spent the day wandering around the forest while Fawn gave me the lay of the land. He showed me a few landmarks I could use to get back to his house if I ever get lost. We learned which berries were safe to pick, and which could poison you just from touching them. But there's a lot of deadly plants around, so it's best to ask if I'm not sure. It's like he knew everything. I suppose when you only have yourself to depend on, you have to be a walking encyclopedia. I was let up as he explained topic after topic, so obviously he really enjoyed having someone to talk to. It's actually a little sad that he's been alone all these years.
Oh, I kind of forgot about it before, but... Do you ever cook anything? I notice you've only eaten vegetables and fruits.
Cook anything?
Did he even have any way of cooking with?
Yeah, like on a stove. Or maybe you just use a fire. I'm actually pretty good at cooking.
No, I don't usually. Fire is... No, I usually just eat fresh food.
Huh, I see. Well, I'd love the chance to cook for you at some point.
So I take it there's some... I would imagine maybe... possible fire might bring attention. Because I may or may not be a bit spoiled in the fact that something happens here and everything burns the fuck down. That's all I'm aware. I don't know how, what, or why. Sun was high overhead, swimming in the vast blue sky. Wasn't a cold cloud in sight, yet still felt cool as the soft breeze washed over us. Spent the day so far wandering from place to place, exploring and talking. Aurelia Cavella felt like so long ago already. Honestly, it was fun. You know, it's kind of convenient the fact that I haven't been to this game in a while. He mentions like it's been so long since he's been in Aurelia Cavella. Just conveniently feeling the same now. Or at least in some similarity. Just felt light for the first 7 days. It's like hanging out with a friend. It felt normal. Slowly, with all the time in the world, we've been collecting items from the riverbank we'd met at just yesterday. Warm blankets, slightly damp, but Fawn assures me it's still usable. Base, the handle of a door.
Where does all this stuff come from, anyway?
Glanced towards Fawn, who was struggling with the mountain of random objects in his arms. He dropped something go to pick it up, then drop 5 more things in the process.
Give me some of those.
Thank you. As for where it all comes from...
Look down into the distance quite for a moment.
I think this river connects to a large town, not far from here. I guess they must dump things into the river, and they come downstream and get caught on the banks. Giving them another use is better than letting them sit here. It makes me sad to see the wilderness so full of trash.
Well, we do have a river running through town. I've never seen anyone dump anything in it, though.
There's just so much here, it's hard to believe it was all just dumped.
It could be a different town. I've never been there, so I'm not sure.
There he goes again.
What do you mean? It could only be Aurelia Cavella.
But there's a few other places nearby, too.
Are you sure you aren't a little confused? Where else would there be? It's just the forest. I don't think there would be a lot of others like you living out here.
But that's not...
Before Fawn could respond, we heard a low growl come from the bushes. Left of us, I didn't even have time to think. Neither of us had the chance to react before an animal bowed out of the grass straight towards me. Oh, toward me? Oh, blah blah. Haha. Braced myself for impact, but it never came. Instead, I was shoved and fell to the ground. From the ground, I finally got a good look at the thing that was slowly circling around Fawn. The small and gray bird? And a snarl? Oh, I can't even see it. It's wolf! That... I mean, I know it's supposed to look intimidating, but... the cartoony effect makes it a little less terrifying. Wolf must be young by the size of it. Its dark eyes were set on Fawn, unmoving. Before it could get to me, Fawn pushed me away and took my place. What's he thinking? Dangerous. Fawn stared back at the furious animal. Backing down, he slowly took small steps away from the animal. Fearfulness shows back.
Rain, just get up slowly and sneak away. I'll deal with this.
Hesitation was gone from his voice. The jittery, nervous Fawn I'd gotten used to was nowhere in sight.
Leave! We aren't scared of you!
Large motions, he waved his arms as he shouted, was either trying to scare it or distract it long enough for me to get away.
Rain, quickly!
Chris was quiet but powerful, commanding. Making sure not to make too sudden of a movement. From my place on that rocky ground, shuffling away from both Fawn and Wolf. Heart was beating a million times a second. I hear the pounding in my ears. Feel it through my whole body. These lords, let them not here too. Fawn laughs at me out of the corner of his eyes, still not turning away from the wolf.
Go back to the house. I'll leave after you.
I can't leave you here! You could...
It both started and was over in a blink of an eye. He jumped straight at Fawn's face swiftly, raised his arms to shield himself, and ducked to the ground. When the wolf was directly over his head, he left his arms just enough to touch it, threw it into the river. He crashed into the water, splashing about and whining loudly.
Quick, now!
Picked up the pace, running away from the river, fast as possible. Fawn grabbed my arm and pulled me along in a vice-like grip. Behind us, all he could hear was furious splashing.
I thought we were meant to go slowly!
There's no time. Just go!
So I'm at... maybe it's not wolf territory. Given it's a youngin'. Fawn nearly pushed me up the rope, hurrying me into his house. As soon as he reached the top, he pulled it up after us. Collapsed to the floor in a heap, panting. Fawn did the same.
What? What just happened?
I don't know. They've never been aggressive towards me before. We're friends. Or at least, I thought we were. He usually listens to me. I feed him when I can.
My breathing may have nearly returned to normal, but my heartbeat was nowhere close. I looked over towards Fawn. Something red was dripping down onto the wooden floor.
What? You're hurt!
With a downcast expression, he rolled up his sleeve and examined his arm. Long red lines of blood dripped down and splattered against the floorboards, standing out as clear as day. He dipped behind his back like a child was something they shouldn't have.
We have to bandage it or something.
A little bit of first aid, enough to help look after the kids at home, but is that enough for this? He had piles and piles and bits of cloth around the room. Every time I tried to pick one up.
Wait, not that one.
Oh my god, Fawn. trying to help you. We can't use any of the cloth around.
I just found that the other day.
Fine. If you really won't let me bandage it, then at least let me look at your arm.
Didn't wait for his objections. Turned his arm to face me. I think the blood made it look a lot worse than it was, but still looked quite painful. Just take hold of it.
You could have been killed. You need to be more...
Lies. You have been lied to.
Huh?
Protect him.
What? So he's lying, but I need to protect him anyways? Okay. Random disembodied voice.
Destiny, open your arms. Take his pain.
Where am I? That voice boomed through my ears. I couldn't see anything. It was just me, the darkness, and that voice. The distance, I could see a light, bright, like the sun on an early summer's day. Reached out towards it, my fingertips barely brushing against the cool radiance.
Rain, what's wrong?
With my eyes, I hadn't moved after all. I was still in Fawn's house, holding onto his arm. My fingertips touched Fawn. My vision went black. What just happened? Darkness was gone, and so was the voice. Everything was back to normal. Before I could open my mouth, a bright light flashed out between Fawn's arm and my hand. Pain started in my fingers and traveled upwards all through my arm. Agonizing, burning pain not unlike that day. My eyes, one of Fawn's arms stitched back together? So all that was left was a line of dried blood.
Huh?
Arm began to ache in response. When I rolled up my sleeve to look, my jaw nearly hit the ground.
What is this?
It hurts. Blood started to run down my arm and drip onto Fawn's wooden floor, like his did only a moment ago. Oh. Do we have, like, the ability to heal? But do we have, like... do we have, like, the ability of... Oh, what the fuck's the anime? Trying to think. What was it? Fucking show about a healer. I forget what it was called. I just only remembered like the other day. What was it called? What was it? Something about God, I can't think. It was something about a healer. That's all I remembered. Just like a healer wronged in every possible way. I don't. It's like there, I can't remember. Hopefully I could remember it. Anyways. But like, do we just heal in exchange for us getting her? Is that the thing? Is this what Fawn felt? The gash that was on Fawn's arm was not mine. That's funny, it looked just as confused as I did.
Huh?
Oh, now I remember, we do have a heal, that's what it was. Now I remember. We have like the ability of that protagonist.
What did you just do?
That wasn't you?
Shook his head lightly, eyes wide. Mouth hung open in shock. I have absolutely no clue what just happened.
I don't know. I've never... This has never happened before. It's like
you healed me. But now you have it instead. So I guess it's more like you took on my injury in my stead?
What? Just then?
Everything you do in life has an equal reaction and consequence. So...
Ouch. You didn't tell me it hurt this much.
I really was hiding how painful this is.
When I touched you, I heard the same voices that have been in my dreams lately. But this time, they were clearer. They told me it was my job to protect you. That I'd been lied to. Something about destiny.
Nope. Oh, I just realized, maybe it's not the Fawn's lie. Maybe it's just the fact that it's just the whole lie about what he's been living has been a lie. Never mind. This probably was what the voice was referring to.
But my destiny...
Thought back on the judgment I received 18 years ago. The fate that's controlled my whole life up until now. And will continue to do so for the rest of my life. The judgment that I was kind of at every opportunity, even if I succeeded. I was pushed back down. After all, what could a useless boy with a useless judgment do in life? Not something I want to talk about, not yet.
The judgment I was given when I was born, it was nothing like this. What could this even mean?
Fawn stopped again, thinking.
But destiny is what you make of it, right? If you just live your life to what someone told you so long ago, you'll never get anywhere. It's not like you don't have the power to change it.
The destinies we receive are never wrong, though. The speaker is never wrong.
Looked down at the cut on my arm again. Destiny couldn't be wrong. I remember the morning I woke up in the forest. I was I hadn't been there the night before. Did I have something to do with that? Maybe Fawn is onto something. Maybe not. I don't know. By his temperament, Fawn really has a way with words. I think I almost believe in what he's saying.
I guess I better bandage this after all.
Yeah, let me help you.
Oh? Okay. Oh, okay, we just jump skipped it. Okay. Fuck. So, what the hell happened? Okay, I think I just need to start recording this. That's gonna occur. It's gonna be wonky as hell. Hopefully that'll be fine for computer doing stream and recording. That is unfortunate. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Hopefully. Yeah, that skipped a whole bunch. Wait, what? Yeah. God. Everything just jumped for a moment. I hate it. Yeah, no, it did break. It very much did break. I don't know why. I'd like... OBS just like cut me off on internet stream for whatever reason. It wasn't my usual issue of like my internet being like, hey, you have no more upload speed. You're just dead for tonight. Nope, just OBS just cut me off. Said I was still streaming, but no kilobytes. Nothing at all. So I restarted and yeah, at least YouTube can continue it. Just yeah, it's the unfortunate thing that I just fucking absolutely skipped everything I just went through. If it doesn't help either the fact that I'm at the most random point too, because Fawn here is explaining what the fuck love is, because I guess Rin's never heard of love? Or anything related to it? So yeah, I'm gonna just have recording on and you know, gonna have to restart the stream again if that fucking occurs again. Like, I guess if anything, I'm gonna have to still edit this fucking series if LB is gonna be this fucking wonky for some reason. Like, I wonder if the issue is just because I updated and it's bugged. For whatever reason. So this also happened last time too when I was streaming Nathan Valorant. The same thing, Chris. I was live, but fucking internet or OBS internet just did not give a shit to Twitch. So I guess something with OBS. Anyway, let me continue. Gotta keep a fucking good eye on this now, because that sucks. Definitely skipped out on. No, because from what it looked like, I believe what was seen on stream was getting attacked by the wolf, and what got cut out. I think the only thing that got cut out was just the fact that Fawn shows where all the dead people are, because more lies and seed from Aurelia Capella. Yeah, I think that's about it. That and love that Rin does not know about. But it's cool, interesting. Yeah. Anyways, maybe it's some kind of forced lingo. Should I try to fit in? Game?
Haven't you seen people in your village in love? With children?
At home. Of course we have children. The speaker usually just pairs people together. We don't get to pick who we end up with. Most of the time it's people of similar positions or class. Then they have children. But I've never heard of love or kissing or marriage.
You don't have love? Are you telling me it doesn't exist there? How can that be true? How could anyone survive without love?
Oh, we get a choice here. Oh. Oh god, wait. What, are we just getting too far into the shit that Fortune got skipped out on? So... it doesn't sound important, it sounds like that's the not fun option. I don't know what our third option would correlate to. Is this like another... what do you mean it's like another game? I've played this before, it's just I haven't touched in a long time because it was only a demo for the longest time. And when it did come out, I was waiting on for them to release the patch for full voice acting, so yeah. So it's not entirely another game. Not completely. It is and isn't, I guess. Anyway, since we're going for fun, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go for this. Wait, the characters get matched together with the game. Huh? Okay, I'll assume you'll figure that. I don't know what you're referring to.
What's kissing? Can you teach me?
The apples? I have absolutely no clue what the fuck you're going on about.
What? No! That's way too embarrassing.
You won't make eye contact with me. That made me all the more curious. I'm missing out on something. Hell yeah, you are.
Please? I've never heard of it before.
Doesn't really have to be on the lips, you know.
It's like...
He bursts his lips together.
when you put your lips on someone else's lips, and then, like, move them around a little bit.
Again, I mean, that's not the only way of going about kissing. But, you know, whatever, sure, yeah.
I've never
For instance,
kissed anyone
romantic
before,
kissing, then yeah,
so
like...
I'm not really sure either.
You put your lips together? Why would you want to do that?
Because it feels nice, I think.
Can we try it?
Oh god. Are we gonna get the first
No.
scene? Okay, nope, he's denying it. Or I could ask him a question. He leapt into the bed and buried his face in his pillow. Do we think it was tongue wrestling? Sure, yeah, yep. Definitely just tongue wrestling.
I'm suddenly really tired. Good night.
I'm kind of embarrassed. Is love embarrassing? I've never heard it before. The relic of L's lame. Lay down my back next to Fawn, arms behind my head. Want more questions when I'm going to get some answers?
Hey, Fawn?
Oh, I absolutely fucking sped around that. Sped read it. No response. Either he's too embarrassed or he's already asleep. Quietly stripped down to my underwear. Think of a way to thank him properly. Eyes closed, I went over everything that's happened the last few days. Marking the redheaded man, speaker.
You look just like your father did.
Did he know my father? How? Why? How much I thought about it, the answer came to me. Instead, I slowly drifted off to sleep. Sound of Fawn gently breathing.
Wake up. Quickly. Spreading. Awaken. Wake up.
Blinked my eyes, turned my head to the side.
Another strange dream.
Either they're getting less terrifying, or I'm slowly getting used to them. A scary thought. If only I could understand what they were trying to tell me. Something's kind of uncomfortable. Oh, way too warm. I'm burning up. To get the sheets off my legs, find that Fawn had wrapped himself up in them. I didn't have any. It's so hot then. Still asleep, a small crease in his brow. I wonder what he's dreaming about. He's tired after everything that happened yesterday. Reached out and brushed a few strands of hair off his face. Stuck to his forehead, which was drenched in sweat. Once around the room, there was some kind of faint glow shining through the floorboards. Oh, is it the... I think this place burning. What? Surely, is it morning already? I looked towards the doorway. The sky was still dark.
What's that noise?
Something's not right. Quickly slide out from beside Fawn, walked up to the door. This felt tight and the air left my lungs.
No.
Haven. Not Haven. We've panic crept over me. Trees surrounding the house were engulfed in flames. Thick smoke bellowed upwards toward the sky. Moon and stars were hidden. Actually, it wasn't just the surrounding trees that were all lit. It looked like that the bottom of Fawn's wooden floorboards. It wouldn't be long until the whole thing was aflame. I had my clothes as fast as I could. To get out quickly. Not just quickly, but now.
Fawn, get up, quick!
Oh. I shook him until his eyes opened.
There's a fire! We need to get out of here, now!
The heat was starting to make it difficult to breathe. If we wait much longer. I grabbed my things while Fawn scrambled out of bed.
No.
Fawn stood completely still, staring at the ground. He made no effort to quicken his pace.
Fawn, we have to go! Right now! Like now!
Listen, I didn't do it on purpose.
What are you going on about, Fawn?
I didn't mean...
Holding his head in his hands, staring at the ground, even when I yelled at him to move, stayed still. No time for this. I took him by the hand and he pulled him towards the door. He didn't resist, but he also didn't try to run with me. Instead, letting me drag him along. To get down was already lit, so that was off the table.
Fawn, I want you to jump after me. Can you do that?
Over at him, making a slight nod, but he wouldn't meet my eyes. Went first, barely clearing the flickering flames that were quickly covering the forest floor. As I landed safely, I turned back towards Fawn's arm that stretched without a second thought. But he didn't move.
Fawn, do you trust me?
Or are we Aladdin? Blinked a couple times. Say anything, he just jumped. I caught him in my arm and then quickly set him down on the ground. Stood on the forest floor for a moment, still holding onto each other. The reality of the situation started to sink in. Followed Fawn's gaze up towards his treehouse. I could have done this. He looked lost. He didn't make a sound, nor did he cry as the flames began to engulf the entirety of his home. He just stared ahead, completely still. Unspoken sadness came from him. His heart had broken into a million pieces.
Fawn! Fawn, come on, please! We need to go! It isn't safe here!
There's two of them.
Huh?
Shouldn't it be only one? I didn't hear anything about two.
Uh-oh. That a voice? Ears perked up at the sound of talking in someone else's ear. I can't work out which direction the voice was coming from through the crackling and popping of flames. My grip on Fawn's arm, he's still just staring. The smoke was beginning to get thicker, and the longer we stood here, the harder it was to see. It's getting difficult to breathe.
Where's our other guy? I've lost visuals on him. Nothing good ever comes from working with the likes of him anyway.
More than one of them. Bad. We can't get Fawn to move now. Whether be cooked alive or found by whoever is looking for us.
Fawn, listen to me. I think whoever caused this fire is still here. We really have to go, now.
I didn't.
Grab his shoulder and turn him to face me.
Please, Fawn.
Oh, okay.
He did it on a low pull. He followed behind me easily. His eyes were empty. Didn't say another word. Falling embers were lighting the grass around us. Fire faster and faster. The direction was getting completely engulfed. Don't find a way quickly. Thank God it isn't windy out. Only made it a short distance before Fawn came to a halt.
What's wrong?
There, to the left.
The left? I just followed his in the same direction. Figures in the distance approaching Fawn's home. Doesn't look like they've seen us yet. Seems like they're looking around, burning shrubs, searching. They must be looking for us. Once us looked at radio maps, fire still burned as strong, if not stronger. Or yet they still search. We need to be as far away from this as possible right now. Seeing their lives like that, are you that important to them?
Shouldn't you two be running?
I forget his name. Leos? Leo? Shouldn't you used to ring everything, Ooh? That voice different than the ones I heard earlier. Not between the sounds of crackling fire. Fawn and I were occupied with watching the other two. I didn't notice another coming from the right of the tree line. Something came to view. Close enough that if I took a few steps forward, I was able to touch him. First thought was to ask for help, but the tug on my hand stopped me in my tracks.
Wait. He's armed.
A whip and a dagger.
Ah, you noticed.
And chuckled faintly. His hand, what is that? It looked like some kind of rope. It's the least of our worries, by the looks of it. His other hand, he held a dagger. It's dangerous. I think you should.
You know, it was way too easy to follow you out here. You don't exactly try and cover up your tracks, do you? If I was in your shoes, that would be the first thing I'd do. Guess we can't all be as wise as me, though.
Follow? I pulled at my hand again, so I was standing directly behind him, putting myself between us.
When they told me I'd be tracking some guy out into the forest, I was a little worried. But you know what? The thrill of catching you here is worth it.
I stepped towards Fawn and I. A cold shiver ran down my back. I feel myself covered in sweat. I heard the voice before. Desperately through the thick smoke. Fawn's slender, but most of his figure was obscured. Red hair? thing I could make out on his face was a slight grin. I hear Fawn whispering to me, desperation in his voice.
Rain, we need to run the...
Freaking noise came from behind as the first part of Fawn's house began to fall to the fourth floor. Our two men were still at the base of the tree, but the breeze just missed them. They continued their search, oblivious to what was happening over here. Valentine's grip on my hand. I won't be surprised if it is bruised later.
Fawn, I think that could be...
Rain.
Time for marshmallows?
Rain. Wake up. Safety. Find him. Go. Far from here.
Where am I? On the ground. Why? The fire? That man? Fawn!
Fawn!
Rain.
When I stepped, the world around me span. Fawn was sprawled out on the ground not far from me. Crawled over to him. He didn't look hurt, but he seemed pretty out of it.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I just... what? Where am I?
Oh. Did we both just... vanished?
What just happened?
I'm a little confused, but I couldn't blame him. Confused too. I just hope he didn't hit his head. Checked over his body. He has a few scrapes, but it doesn't look like he's bleeding. Phew. Then I glanced back towards Fawn's house. Well, where it used to be, but now it's just a mound of debris. What exactly just happened? It was falling, but then all I remember was a loud bang.
I think it exploded. Did you have something explosive in there?
He did have a pile of junk, so who's to say something blew up? Ground trees around us, slightly charred, but the worst of the flames had gone down. Embers were left sizzling on the ground. Throat felt hoarse from smoke. I wish we had something to drink. Fawn is gone. Everything he owned, collected, loved.
I'm so sorry.
What am I meant to do now? This is all my fault. I'm being punished.
It's not. Those people.
What's left for me now?
Question hung in the air, lingering. I don't know what I could say to him. What can you say to someone that has lost everything? Nothing. There's nothing I could do to make it this better. That makes it even more painful.
My friends. Where are they?
I'm sorry, Fawn. I wish I could do something.
Sitting here wasn't going to solve anything, though. Put myself onto my feet, feeling a little at first. Smoke definitely went to my head.
I'm going to see if anything survived the...
Do you think?
One glanced up at me from where he was seated on the fourth floor.
The other people? I don't know.
I'll come with you.
Held my hand out to Fawn and pulled him up beside me. Just too awful. I looked sideways at Fawn, glad to have him by my side. I don't know exactly what we'll find over there. Worried about those strange men. Are they still nearby, or... Walked back towards the smoldering pile of wood where Fawn's house once stood. Fawn's treasures littered about on the ground, most of it burnt to a crisp and barely recognizable. I crouched down to the floor and pushed through the ashes and rubble. I picked up a little wooden toy, touched by the fire, somehow an animal. A small, sad smile came to his face, and I held it out to him.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I feel like if I wasn't here, none of this would have ever happened to you.
I can't handle this guilt. It just feels heavy, like it's slowly consuming me. First person he's ever seen out here, and he showed me kindness when he didn't have to. Look, we got in return. His whole life is ruined in one night. Things built up, everything he loves, all gone.
No, It's not your fault. I don't want you to blame yourself. This is because of me.
Uh,
I don't know how much longer I could hold back my tears. Work together to move some of the debris until we finally made out some scraps of fabric. Most the lifeless bodies underneath them. Oh. Well, now we know if they're still around. Disgusting as it was, I couldn't look away. They were people too. Even what happened to Fawn was probably their fault.
I guess they didn't survive.
Two men were half crushed underneath the rubble. I didn't stand a chance. For their sake, they died quickly when the tree collapsed rather than slowly in the flames. I put his arm around my shoulders, turned me away from the gruesome scene.
Don't look anymore. It'll only make it worse.
Something tells me Fawn's used to this. Well, I guess then again, he did show Ren the forced dead bodies.
You're right. Did you see the third one?
I'm not sure. Everything's so burnt.
Staying so close to us, I could have almost touched him. Might have survived. He's alive, he's still in the area, or did he flee after seeing what happened to his companions? Oh no. Scan the area. Nothing, wait. A glimpse of red between the greenery. What's that?
Wait, look over there.
Looked towards the vibrant color and pulled back the charred branches that stood in the way. Breath caught in my throat. Slumped up against a tree trunk was a man, long flowing red hair, brows furrowed in pain. It wasn't the first time I'd seen him either, and I bumped into only a few days ago. The one that told me about the Speaker's archives. Man from a relic of Villa.
No way.
I heard a gasp from behind me. Neither of us expected to find him so easily.
Shit.
A thousand questions swirled around my head, but now wasn't the time. He looked hurt. God, Stumbling quietly, I inched closer to him. Distance, I could see he had some cuts and bruises, but it didn't look too bad. There were scars on his stomach and arm too, but they looked old. How did he get these? Now down beside him. Right now, whatever he did or said doesn't matter. He just needs help. Started at his legs and worked my way up. No injuries here. Seems fine apart from a bruise or two. Looked back at his face. Eyes that were previously closed in pain bore into me. He didn't look happy. I'm too close. Barely a second went before a blade was pressed against my throat. Rose, what do? Pushed the knife against my skin and I felt the warm, stinging sensation. Up by the feeling of something wet running down my throat. Swallowed, but my mouth felt completely dry. Eyes hadn't left mine this whole time. They were watching me almost as if he was judging my every movement.
You're injured. Let me...
You think I need help from someone like you?
He smirked at me, though it was obvious he was still in pain.
I'd die before letting a pipsqueak like you...
Since he started coughing abruptly, a loud, throaty cough. That's my chance.
Gotcha!
Fawn? Before I could do anything, Fawn came up beside me, knocked the blade right out of the man's hand. My hand went instantly to my throat. I was met with a wet sensation, but the cut didn't feel very deep. The sting was only mild. The injured man started reaching for something else. It was red all over, and he just coughed into. Wait, something else. Quickly grabbed both of his arms. Felt toned and strong. Definitely fit and much stronger than me. Injuries must have weakened him a little.
Fawn, see if he has any other weapons.
I mean, he has 3 blades by his leg. I'm definitely sure his weapons are a bit out there. 6 other daggers and a whip.
You're well equipped.
Well, I was. Now I'm not equipped at all.
Let go of his arms, he was barely fighting against me now. Peered in his face again, my red trickled out from the corner of his mouth.
Which parts hurt?
Much of doctor, but there must be something I could do.
Which parts hurt? God, where to start? My legs, my back, my stomach, my throat. But you know what hurts the most?
I'm eagerly ready to try and help.
That I have to see your dumb fucking face this close up. Get away from me.
I think the dude's fine. Smiled to himself. I guess he thinks he's that. I guess he thinks that's really funny. Does anyone deal with people like this?
Excuse me. We're just trying to help you.
What's that? I'm sorry, I don't speak mouse.
Oh, sorry.
Don't say sorry. He's being rude to you. And you obviously need help, and we're going to give it to you, whether you like it or not.
I'd like to see you try.
How unappreciative can you get? Why is he so opposed to help that he obviously needs? The other day, what I did to Fawn. Maybe we could try that again? Don't owe this asshole anything, but... Yeah, he's kinda is an asshole, but we're gonna have to help him anyways. I could try... If I could take away just a little bit of his pain instead of it all. I don't know how to, but it can't hurt to try, right? Sundar. Yeah, I guess that's what he probably is, given we barely got a chance to know him in the demo. So I guess Sundar is probably the correct character he is. Fawn's already stripped him of his weapons. Plus he's injured, so it shouldn't be too dangerous to touch him, right? All I did was touch Fawn and it happened. My hand out towards him, I was covered in cuts and bruises.
Touch me, and see what happens to you.
Sounds like an empty threat to me. What are you gonna do?
Struggling to just keep his eyes on me, so I doubt he'll do anything now. Nor his words and lightly touched my fingertips to his wrist. Such light booming voices not. Skin felt warm, but nothing happened. It worked last time.
The hell are you?
Started to cough violently again, blood trickling from the corner of his mouth. The resistance he had before was gone. He didn't even shake my hand off of him.
Are you okay?
Get lost.
Just let us help you.
I slowly narrowed before they fully closed.
Fawn? Why did he close his eyes? Is he okay? What do we do?
I rushed over to my side, tossing the daggers, whipped to the ground. Felt that man's throat carefully. All I could do was watch. It felt so useless.
He's alive, but he's obviously pretty badly injured. We need to get him somewhere we can check and clean his wounds.
Times like this, Fawn seems like a different person. Pinball's strong, unlike me.
Why didn't it work?
I looked at me for a moment, thinking.
I don't know. Maybe you just can't control it yet. Maybe it was a miracle.
Last time the voices told me to help you. This time they were silent. Anyway.
I lifted the man onto my back. He's so much taller than me. It's kind of awkward.
Fawn, can you gather his belongings? We can carry him over to the river and check him out.
Yes.
Scurried around picking up the weapons that lay discarded on the forest floor.
Alright, let's get out of here.
I took one last moment to stare in the direction of the destroyed house. Only one, before turning away and following after me. Looking in the sky across the forest was no easy feat. One ended up having to help me with his legs. They were dragging on the ground, and he was groaning and shifting around every time he caught on a bush. How unappreciative. What a trusting guy. Eventually reached the river. Should have been a 15-minute walk, so it became an hour-long struggle. Placed him down on the ground carefully with a sigh.
That took a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah, he's way too tall.
Her head was still cold. It's our chance to check his wounds properly without him complaining. Looked over his exposed arm and stomach again, but there was nothing life-threatening. I got to work with cleaning the dirt from his wounds while I checked elsewhere. Face, fine. He's actually got pretty nice features, but barely tell past his awful expression. Legs don't seem to have any problems. They feel quite muscular too. Left them for a moment before moving on. I looked again at the small trickle of blood coming out of his mouth.
I guess I should check his mouth?
As if Fawn for confirmation, he gave me a little nod. Right, here he goes. Just a finger to his mouth. These were soft, softer than they ought to be for someone with such a nasty language. Paras loves with my finger up in his mouth. Uh-oh. Eyes shot open. Instantly made eye contact.
Do you mind getting your fingers out of my mouth?
Oh, of course.
My finger out of his mouth and just a look spread over his face. Ban reached for his belt.
What did you do with my weapons?
Don't worry, we have them safe.
Oh, I'm not worried about them. You just know what they say. Don't let children near sharp objects and all. Especially if that pipsqueak over there has them.
This dude's gonna be troublesome for a while. Looks like his attitude wasn't injured. That up, but it looked like moving took a lot of effort. It doesn't seem too dangerous.
Listen, you need our help. You obviously can't leave by yourself, so just cut the attitude and let us help you. Why don't we introduce ourselves? My name's Rain, and the one with the light hair over there is Fawn.
And I'm the king of Aurelia Cavella. Fine. Leos.
Okay, I was right. I was Leos. Okay.
You should have just left me where you found me. Can't think of anything worse than being indebted to someone like you.
Stop being so unappreciative. We could still leave you here.
On walked back over from the river, he gathered some water, clean Leos's wounds.
This might sting a little.
Ouch!
I'm sorry.
Don't be. It serves him right.
Chuckled quietly. That's what you get for being nasty. While Fawn was busy, had a moment's silence. I had a chance to ask some questions.
So, what exactly is going on? Did you burn Fawn's house down? Were you with the other two?
Watched me with narrow eyes, probably deciding if he ever wanted to bother answering my questions. Eventually he just sighed.
No point in keeping it secret now. If I go back, they'll just get rid of me anyway. I know they'll look for any excuse. Someone hired me to track you down. Paid well for it, too.
And the other two. The fire.
Yes, I was with the other two, but they were idiots anyway. I'm sure they're burning in hell by now. You can blame them for the fire. I wouldn't do something so showy.
Someone hired you to track me down? Why? Now you're going to stay quiet?
Sorry, I was just admiring how dense you are. To kill you, obviously.
But for what reasons?
I didn't know about the other kid, though.
And here I was thinking they were going after Fawn, given how little we know about him, but okay. So then I guess that would explain that. So I guess anyone that's thrown out of a Relic of Vela is then assassinated, I take it? Which would explain the dead bodies.
What? Why would anyone?
No clue. I just follow orders.
Felt sick. Who would do that to me?
But in the town square.
Whoa! You're not a total airhead after all. I'm amazed. The only instructions I received were to follow you and direct you to the archives somehow.
Huh? So purposely we're meant to get kicked out?
Not the kind of job I'm used to. Any sane person that wanted you dead would have had me assassinate you in your sleep, but money's money. Not my job to ask questions. I thought it would have been more work, but you took the bait easily. You should learn not to trust people.
But I was thrown out because of that. because of you!
You were thrown out because you're so gullible. That has nothing to do with me. Maybe you shouldn't believe everything you're told, huh? Anyway, you can blame whoever employed me. I'm not taking the blame for that one.
Then, what do you know about my markings? You said you recognized them.
Absolutely nothing. I just repeated what I was told to say.
So someone's aware about the markings, okay.
How am I meant to see something your sleeve is covering? Idiot.
He's flared up. I really do feel like an idiot. Whoever hired him was the one who knew about my markings then. I have 2 leads. Or I have 2 leads. It's Caspian and Leos's employer. Neither would be easy to find. It's not exactly like I could trepsy back home to question them. And what about the prince? Is he even alive? Never heard about him from anyone. One watched me with worried eyes, but still one about cleaning Leos's cut. Or could I ask anything else? Got back into the conversation.
I've cleaned up your wounds as best I can.
Glanced at Leos's mouth.
I think some of them may be beyond us. We need to get help from a healer or a doctor.
How? If either of us enter Aurelia Cavella, we'll be toast.
Well, if we go east, through the forest, we'll eventually get to Stagwitch. Sidcaeum is past that, but it's pretty far away.
His names again. What's he talking about?
Fawn, I didn't want to say anything before, but maybe you're a little confused from being out here so long. Aurelia Cavella is the only place nearby. Well, the only place full stop. The rest of the world is just forest. You should know that.
You keep saying things like that. Is that really what they told you?
Got a sad look in his eyes.
I'm not sure what they taught you in your hometown, but there's an entire world out here. Cities, villages, nations, people. I've never even heard of Aurelia Cavella.
What do you mean? You've never been there?
I don't think so. It's kind of strange. I remember following the river at one point, but there was a dense fog, and I'd find myself back at my house. I'm starting to believe there's not a village there at all.
Oh, is Relica Villa just being absolutely hidden from the rest of the world?
Of course there is.
You keep some, interesting company. A crazy, delusional wild forest boy, some kind of cross between a mouse and a fairy.
I'm not crazy. I can't believe that a place with those kinds of teachings could possibly exist.
Book does say something about Sidcaeum, but I don't know, something strange is going on.
You two might not believe me yet, but like you said, you can't return home, and you need help. You'll just have to trust me this time. I can show you to the edge of the forest, and the 2 of you can go down and find help. And then I'll try to rebuild, I guess.
He puts it like that. There's really not a lot of options. We can go back, and staying here isn't really an option either. Just playing along, he'll eventually work out that no matter how far we walk, we're not going to get anywhere. Being as far away from here as possible would probably be in our favor too.
Okay. I trust you, Fawn. We'll go with you.
He beamed at me. Seems that was the correct answer.
I don't get a say in this?
Dude, you're injured. You don't get to say shit, especially trying to kill us.
Nope.
So, we follow the crazy man out into the middle of the forest. Sounds like an amazing plan, and one that definitely won't end in murder.
That's funny, coming from you.
Really though, these look kind of delicate up close. Neat expression, dark eyelashes, slim face.
Hey, up close you aren't so bad looking.
That shut him up.
Actually, I wanted to ask, what exactly does that make you then? Why did they hire you?
An assassin, a mercenary, whatever I'm paid enough to be.
Looked away. Seems like he doesn't want to talk about it. Pushed on anyway.
An assassin? They actually exist? Why?
To get rid of unwanted people. Why else? And right now, you're looking very unwanted.
You know, bodies are being dumped out here. Do you know anything about that?
Just full of questions, aren't you?
I guess that's the end of his leniency. He answered a lot of my questions, though. It's surprising.
I'm finished with your wounds now. Try not to get any more dirt in them.
And here I was, thinking of smearing mud through my cuts. Thank you for your wisdom, oh gracious one. How will I ever be able to repay you?
Oh, shut up, Leos. Oh dear. I looked away, embarrassed. I'm not great at dealing with people like him, but Fawn's definitely worse. I glared at him, but the cocky grin didn't leave his face.
They won't stop with just sending me. When I don't return, they'll just send someone else.
Then we need to get out of here before anyone else comes. Will you be able to walk? Do you want us to carry you again?
I'm fine on my own.
Tried to stand. Oh. Tried to stand, but his legs were still unsteady. And with only a little or unwanted help, he stood up.
If you need to lean on my shoulder while you walk, you can. I don't mind.
I'm not sure I can bend down that far.
Fine. Don't complain when you end up needing my help.
One asshole. Next to him, Fawn looked like a saint.
It's a bit of a walk to the forest's edge. We should leave now, before it gets too dark.
Fawn motioned in the direction that I presume was the way we need to go. For now, we'll follow him. Even if he might be slightly delusional, it's better than staying here. Especially now that I know that others could come after me.
Yeah. I think that's for the best.
Okay then.
Fawn looked at Leos with a concerned expression on his face. Obvious just from the way he was standing that he was very struggling. I wonder, will he really be okay with the long walk? I want to help him, but he won't have a bar of it. He's way too stubborn. Even if I try to reach out and steady him, he flings abuse at me whenever, or whatever then. Let him struggle. If he really needs help, I'm to ask for it.
Hurry up then. Lead the way, Forest Fairy.
Forest Fairy?
The assassin joins the party. Okay.
You prefer mouse, pipsqueak, runt? Glad that's settled then. Get a move on, unless you want to be caught here. It'd be a laugh watching you two defend yourselves, though. Maybe we should stick around after all.
For Fawn, he really can't catch a break. Looked over at him apologetically. Why is Leo's attitude so bad? Not holding my breath, but nice if he could be even a little bit friendlier. There. We're doing all this for him anyway. The least he could do is show some gratitude.
We don't have any supplies now, either.
I didn't think about that. What do we do about food?
We'll have to find water along the way, too.
I mean, if we just follow the river, I'm pretty sure we're good on water.
I'm sure we'll stumble across some fresh water, so if we can scavenge berries or
Or
something,
I guess we can't really
we should be okay.
turn the river water to fresh water. We don't have really a way to heat the water. Never mind.
What about shelter?
I'm not sure. Hopefully, we can find somewhere under cover.
Less talking, more moving.
Yes, yes, Your Highness.
Okay, I'm gonna stop here. I think it's probably good enough for now. Save there. And yeah, we'll continue this next week. See where this leads. And again, hoping that censored mode censors it enough for YouTube. Because either way, I think we're gonna still like pan over to my just cam scene. Just so I could skip through it, because as far as where dialogue still gap. So anyways, yeah, hopefully stream is all kept as one thing, but we'll see. Either I'm going to edit it all and re-upload it, or it will be as jank as it is. We'll see. I'm definitely gonna have to keep, for next, I'm definitely gonna have to just record while streaming. Because I don't want the situation to occur again, because at least with Twitch, it's all kept. It's just a brief moment of, for live, I believe it's like a brief moment of just here's just something to keep until stream's actually back to normal. I believe. I forget how exactly it works. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, thank you all for stopping by. It's been fun watching some weird way. And yeah, I'm gonna bring Instagram will be done. So anyways, everybody have a good day, night, evening, or have you. Don't know where you're all in the world. Anyways, bye.